So let's start off by giving a list of the things we'll need. You can see in our list in the article, you'll be able to see it. So we need a flower pot. Well, how do you say flower pot?
Well, it's 花盆.
花盆, okay. We need Oreo cookies.
奥利奥饼干.
Okay. We need a sponge cake.
海绵蛋糕.
Okay. Some ice cream.
冰淇淋.
And a mint sprig.
还有薄荷叶.
Okay, I'll explain a bit more about sprig later, but let's start off making and how we do this flower pot cake. We start off with one of the people in the conversation, Andrew, and he asks, how do we make a flower pot cake?
Yeah, 所以 Andrew 他就问说，花盆蛋糕要怎么做呢？It must be fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
It's going to be good. So his friend Melissa says, first, we have to take the filling out of these Oreo cookies. So if you take one thing out of something else, you remove that thing so it is now separate. Like taking stuff out of your bag or taking all the red Skittles out of the Skittles bag so you can eat them first or maybe last.
Yeah, 所以首先呢，我们要把 Oreo 白色的夹心先分离出来哦。所谓的 take the filling out of the Oreo cookies 就是把夹心饼干里面的夹心取出来，分离出来。所以呢，假如你万圣节之后啊，你糖果大丰收，但是你只喜欢吃 Skittles 彩虹糖，那你就可以说 I want to take all the Skittles out of my candy bag， 就是我要把全部的彩虹糖从我的糖果袋里面挑出来。So here we're talking about the filling, right?
That's right. And the filling is the softer, sweeter stuff that goes inside a cake, a cookie, a donut, or anything like that. In an Oreo cookie, it's the white stuff in between the harder cookie pieces. Different Oreos have different flavors. Donuts could have jam filling or other stuff. And cakes have all sorts of different fillings.
Yeah, cakes can have pudding, 布丁, custard cream, 卡士达, or fruits filling, 水果内馅。所以 fill 原本是一个动词，它是指填入的意思。那 fill 加上 ing filling 就会变成名词，是指填入的内馅或者是夹心。So you can say Oreos are sandwich cookies with a soft, sweet filling. Oreo 是一种有着软软甜甜内馅的三明治饼干。
So Andrew says, okay, so he's going to start doing that, taking the white stuff out. He then asks, what do we do with the cookie parts? So here he just used the noun part, P-A-R-T, part, which is our first word power word for the day. Let's take a look. So a part means a separate piece of something or a piece that combines with other pieces to form the whole of something. Here's an example I know you guys will all understand. The test has 3 parts: reading, writing, and listening. The test has 3 parts: reading, writing, and listening.
Part 是一个名词，它是部分的意思。所以刚刚的例句就是这个考试有3个部分：阅读、写作以及听力。那它是一个可数名词，所以我们会说 a part of something 就是什么东西的一部分。So eating is a big part of life， 就是民以食为天，毕竟吃东西占人生很大的一部分嘛。那如果加上所有格代名词，像是 my part, his part, your part， 就是指你的那一份。那可能是你被分配的那一份工作啦，等等的。So if everyone does his part, we will succeed. 就是如果大家都做好自己的本分的话，我们就能够成功。那回到文章吧。So what do we do with the Oreo cookie parts?
Okay, Melissa says we crush them into small pieces. To crush something, you use force to break and smash it. Sometimes this breaks it into many small pieces. Sometimes it's just one smashed up piece, like when old cars get crushed into like a cube of metal.
Yeah, so crush 就是压碎的意思。Crush the candy 就是把糖果压碎。哎，我觉得很耳熟呢。没错 ，Candy Crush 这个游戏就是把糖果压碎的意思。那如果没有压成碎片，而只是压成比较小块的话，也是可以用 crush 哦。像是 old cars get crushed， 就是老车子被回收之后，它就会被压成一个小方块。好，这边呢 ，Melissa 告诉我们要把 Oreo 黑色饼干的部分给压碎哦。
Okay, and next, Andrew says it's fun to crush the cookies.
Indeed,
Smash,
it
smash,
is
smash.
really 压碎饼干最舒压最好玩了。Okay, so what's next?
Melissa tells him, now cut the sponge cake into layers. So a layer is like a sheet or a particular thickness of material. Again, think of those Oreo cookies. There are 3 layers: cookie, filling, cookie. So now you want to cut the sponge cake until instead of being one large lump, it should be several thinner layers that you can put stuff in between.
Yeah, so you can fill it up now. Sponge 是海绵的意思，所以 SpongeBob 就是海绵宝宝的英文名字哦。那 sponge cake 顾名思义就是海绵蛋糕。Cut the sponge cake into layers 就是把海绵蛋糕切层，所以 layer 就是层的意思。Now you can have 1 layer of sponge cake and then 1 layer of pudding and then 1 layer of custard cream. Oh, I love this part.
Yep, so Andrew cuts up the sponge cake and says, and put 1 into the pot. Okay, he's doing a question there. He's making sure. So what that means is he puts 1 layer of this sponge cake into the flower pot, so it's down at the bottom, and I hope the pot is clean.
It must be. 所以接着呢 ，Andrew 就将1层海绵蛋糕放到我们的花盆里啦。
And Melissa says, that's right. Okay, so we've got the sponge cake at the bottom. And now we move on. Melissa says, then put a layer of ice cream on top of the cake. So we have sponge cake, ice cream. Now we use the word layer there again, so it should hopefully now make sense. And we also use the word top, T-O-P, top. And when, in this case, top is a noun, and it's our next word power word, so let's find out what it means. When we say top, we mean the highest place, point, part, or surface of something. We often use the phrase on top or on top of something else. Here's an example. Julie likes to put butter on top of her noodles. Julie likes to put butter on top of her noodles.
Top 是一个名词，是顶部的意思，所以刚刚的例句就是 Julie 喜欢在她的面条上面放奶油。那我们通常都会说 on top of something， 就是指在什么东西之上，像是 I'm on the top of the world looking， 就是我在世界的顶端的意思。那 top 也引申为最重要、居首位的意思，像是 top secret 就是最高机密 ，Don't tell anyone。It's top secret， 就是不要告诉任何人，因为这是最高机密。那回到课文啦，现在我们要在蛋糕上面放上1层冰淇淋喽。
Yeah, time to add more layers as well. Andrew asks, do we put more cake on top of that? So it's now cake, ice cream, cake.
那 Andrew 就问说，只放1层蛋糕和冰淇淋哪够啊？所以呢，他们决定要再放1层蛋糕。
And Melissa says, yeah. Okay, this is sounding like a pretty tasty cake.
Yeah.
And she also says we repeat that until the pot is almost full. Now, there's a very important word in that sentence that explains how a cake is made, or this particular cake, and it's the verb repeat, R-E-P-E-A-T, repeat. It is a verb, it's our next word power word. Let's find out how to use it. To repeat means to do something again, and again, and again, or to make something happen again, and again, and again. Here we could give an example like this. I didn't hear your name. Could you please repeat it? And I'll repeat that sentence. I didn't hear your name. Could you please repeat it?
Repeat, repeat, repeat， 它是一个动词，就是重复的意思。所以刚刚的例句就是我没有听到你的名字，可以请你再重复一遍吗？那我们一路学英文下来，大家应该都还蛮常听到老师说，大家跟着我一起重复一遍 ，Repeat after me。那 repeat 这个字，它的三态是 repeat, repeated, repeated. So he repeated what his teacher said， 就是他重复了一遍老师刚刚说的话。
So, Andrew puts on layer after layer until the pot is full. Cake, ice cream, cake, ice cream. And then he says, it looks good.
所以 Andrew 他就一直重复，一层一层的堆上去，直到把花盆几乎都装满了 until the pot is almost full. 那最后他说，looks good， 看起来真不错呢。
And Melissa says, we're not done yet. Okay, and here we use yet to show that this activity is not over and there is still more to do.
Not yet 就是还没 We're not done yet 我们还没有做完 We're not finished yet 我们还没有完成 So what's left then?
Melissa explains what they still have to do. She says, now we put the cookie pieces on top. So there's another top use again. This means on top of all the other bits together.
Yes, and we can sprinkle them on top of the cake. 记得刚刚压碎的饼干屑吗？我们现在就可以 sprinkle 撒在蛋糕上面咯。
And then Andrew guesses the last part. He says, and we also put a mint sprig on it. So a sprig is just a small part of a plant with a couple of leaves, usually something cut off or pulled off a larger plant.
Yeah, 所以最后呢，我们就放上几叶薄荷在上面，才算完成啦。那 mint 就是薄荷 ，sprig 就是从一整株植物拔下来的一个小树枝或者是几片叶子。You can also say a sprig of mint.
Yeah, sprig of mint, mint sprig, they're the same. And finally, Melissa says, right, it looks like a plant now. Okay, so because you've got the flower pot, you've got the broken cookie pieces that look like just earth or mud, and then you've got the little mint sprig growing out of it like a plant. And Melissa just used our last word power word of the day, the noun plant, P-L-A-N-T. Let's find out what it means. A plant, of course, is a living thing that has leaves and roots and it grows in earth, in the ground. And we especially use this word plant for things that are smaller than a tree. Here's an example sentence. All plants need sun and water to live. All plants need sun and water to live.
Plant 是一个可数名词，它是植物的意思，所以刚刚的例句说，所有的植物都需要阳光和水来维生。You know, some say plants can feel. 有些人说植物是有知觉的 like animals. So plants and animals are both living things.
Yes.
动物、植物都是生物。那另外呢 ，plant 也可以当动词哦，它是种植的意思。You can plant a flower in a garden， 就是在花园里面种花。Or plant a cake in a flower pot， 或者在花盆里面种一块蛋糕，就像我们今天做的事情一样。Like what we just talked about today.
Yes.
And that's the end of the first part of today's article, so it's time to go to today's magic box.